Hey folks, I gotta make this video because every time I'm in some kind of forum or somebody asking a question about that car don't start, I just gotta tell people the way you word it makes a big difference of how you take it to the shop and how they actually troubleshoot it. All right, this is a 69 dot. Just gonna show it to you because it's really simple in this general area. Of course, you got the battery, you got your alternator, and then you have your starter right there. Okay. But basically what I'm saying is that when you go and bring your car to a shop and you ask them, or you tell them that your car don't start, okay, right there, the wording right there, my car don't start, makes a big difference of what else are you going to say. Okay. Your car don't start can mean two things. It could be that your battery is stone dead and it makes no noise whatsoever. Or it could actually crank and don't start. So when you go to have the car checked out, you have to tell them the car don't start. There's no lights, no electricity, no nothing. It's stone dead. The other way is that if it doesn't start, you got to tell them that it cranks. It'll crank. It'll make that starting noise and it doesn't start. Because there's two different ways of troubleshooting. Okay, like this here. All right. I got the battery disconnected. So we already know that it's going to be dead. All right. So you go to start your car and it does nothing. Okay. Nothing's moving over there. You turn on your headlights. Nothing. This is a sign of a dead battery. Okay. So this is a car that don't start, has no electricity whatsoever. Sometimes your battery can be a little weak and you have a radio, you have a little dash light, but doesn't have enough to turn the engine over. Okay? Doesn't have enough power to start that starter. So what happens is that if you watch all your gauges, when it starts to light up, when you first turn the key, things are going to start to dim out a little bit. That's clearly a sign of a dead battery. It could also be a bad connection. All right. If you have dirty connections in your battery terminal, okay, from here to here will give you a problem. And from here to in here will give you a problem. Okay. A couple times, if you don't have sometimes a car will start with a jump, but then it won't start on its own. Could be a battery. Could be bad battery terminals, or it could be right here. It could be corroded, green inside, and you don't see it. So you have to go and you got to give this a wiggle. All right. So now I'm going to turn on the battery and I'm going to give you what it sounds like when your car don't start. Okay. Remember, go back to the same terminology. Car don't start, but it cranks. So this is what you have to do when you tell the mechanics that the car don't start, but it cranks. Because if it cranks, then it's a totally different thing. Okay. Watch. This is what I mean by crank. I got a microphone out there. Hopefully you can hear the engine when it cranks. Okay. That's what I mean by cranking. Okay. Your car stalls out in the middle of the street. You say, oh, the car don't start. So you push it off to the side or whatever. And you call the tow truck. You bring it to the shop. You tell them the car don't start. What happens when you bring it to the shop? Of course, the car starts. Okay. And what do you think happens? You just told them it doesn't start. So they're going to sell you a battery, send you on your way. Then you come back, you have the same problem. They're going to sell you a starter. Okay. They're still guessing because basically you didn't get all the information. So if your car doesn't start, you got to tell them if it cranks like that. Okay. Or it does nothing. Okay. That's the difference here, because if it cranks and makes that noise, that could be several things too. Could be a cam sensor, crank sensor on the new car. Could be the computer. Could be a fuel problem. Okay, your fuel pump is not turning on. Could be a fuel pump relay that's not turning on the fuel pump for the first couple of seconds when it starts. It could be ignition. All right, same thing. Computer problem. Maybe it's not getting any spark to the coil or the coils. Okay, it could be if it's cold weather out, your gas line antifreeze it could have froze. There's no gas coming to the front. So there's a lot of things that will give you a crank no start. Okay? That's a crank no start. So basically this video is just to tell people you got to help the mechanics out so they can help you out. Otherwise, you will get charged for stupid things. Okay? So trying to save you guys money. All right. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Oh, and P.S. I forgot. For you folks with a push button start, okay, with the key fob, don't forget, in order for you to start the car, you need to step on the brake pedal. So the brake pedal has its own little circuit of starting, okay? With a push button start, you need to step on the brakes and then push the button and then it'll start. See the green light? Okay? If you have a problem with the brake switch or the brake light circuit, it's not going to start. Okay? Watch. See? Let's say there's something wrong with the brake pedal. You're stepping on it. I pretend I'm stepping on it. Okay? And it doesn't start. See? It'll turn on. Okay? But it won't crank. That's the word again, okay? My car don't start. Yeah, it doesn't crank. Okay? That's the problem. But on this, you step on the brake pedal, it's green light to go. So it could be the button switch that's no good. It could be your brake switch is no good, which are known for on Fords for the wire, and the Nissans also known for a brake switch. Some Jeeps have the same problem. Okay? If it does not see a brake application, it's not going to start. No matter how hard you step on that brake pedal, it's just a little switch. It just needs to go down maybe a ½ inch, just enough to go give it the okay. Then don't forget your neutral safety switch. Okay, a lot of cars have a park neutral safety switch. It will not start unless it's in park or neutral. That's it. Okay, a stick shift has a clutch. They have a switch on the clutch where you have to step on the clutch, turns on the switch, gives it the okay. Okay, you know how that started? Would step on the brakes. I believe it was Chrysler. I think in a minivan, some little kid jumped into the driver's seat, was able to start the car because they see mommy and daddy do it all the time, and then the kid grabbed the park lever and put it in drive, and the car took off. So nowadays, if you notice, most cars you have to step on the brakes in order to put it in gear. See? So that eliminates all those little kids that like to jump in the car and play with the wheel. Okay? It doesn't mean that some little kid can hop down there, step on the brake, and still start the car. Yes, they can. But it just eliminates a little bit of it. Okay? So you can't put it in gear like that. So that's it. What else did I miss on? All right, I told you about the park neutral switch. All right, it has to be in park and neutral, otherwise it's not going to start. All right, I think we're it. That's it. It's my little waffles over here. Thanks for watching. Ciao. Oh, and I forgot the famous key fob. You got to make sure that the battery is good in the key fob. Key fob gives out a RF signal to the car. Tells you that there's a key fob nearby, and that's how it will start if you have a push button start. Okay, the other thing is some cars you can take the key fob even when it's dead, put it close to the button, and actually start the car with the key fob. Just use this to push the button. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Ciao.